Part 1 of my construction is in the description below. Also, feed me likes.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. We're here for part 2 of the Ringwraith fancy storage box thing that we were making last time. The idea behind this was to create a display board that would sit on the top of the top of the box, where I could display the models at events, show off the cool work that I'd put into the project. I really wanted to capture that spooky, creepy feeling that you see when the Nazgul emerge from the fog at Weathertop. And with a little bit of special effects and a few other tips and tricks, I think I achieved it quite well. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and if you enjoy this type of thing, hit the buttons, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So here's the base, I suppose, of the display board. I have been quite generous with the PVA with this. I'm not sure how well the cork will sort of absorb it, so I just kind of slathered it on there. I was going to film myself doing this, but one, it wasn't that interesting, and two, I did it whilst I was in a hobby session with a kid, so I couldn't record and run that at the same time. But yeah, it's cork with some more cork glued on it. It wasn't that interesting putting it together. I'm pretty chuffed with how it's turned out. I think I'm going to wait for it to now dry overnight and then build up here some... there we go. Build up around the edges of these ponds where I want the water to go with probably some like AK mud or something like that, some kind of texture paint. I might spray beforehand to seal it all up. Might do some research about sealing the cork up as well, whether I need to seal it up with PVA. Anyway, I will crack on with that, and I'll hopefully be back with an update soon. Right, moment of truth to see how this is all dried. It was kind of warping. Let me just move all this garbage out of the way. Yeah, it was kind of warping, and oh dear, this is now stuck to... oh no, it's okay. Oh, we've got a couple of... there we go. No, that's actually come out okay. I'm quite happy with that. It's just enough of a kind of lifted platform. As I say, we're kind of limited on how much we can put on it, because we've only got about an inch or so to work with. But yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with that. I'm going to get that sprayed up brown, and then we'll start filling in the gaps with some mud and stuff. Annoyingly, my AK Interactive mud had all dried up, so I was forced to use the GW Martian Iron Earth, which is bright red. In the end, I didn't actually hate the effect that this achieved. I dulled it back down with some brown, and it just gave some slightly different tone to the mud, which just sort of broke up the uniformity of the brown a little bit. So the smoke machine has arrived. It came a day early, which is great. Nice when stuff arrives ahead of schedule. Now, I should clear my desk and probably work this all out properly, but I just wanted to have a quick play around with it. You can see it does kind of like pump the smoke upwards, but I'm wondering if I sort of... it comes with tubes and things, so I can probably run some tubes that will sort of have it rolling out across the marsh rather than just farting straight up into the sky. Alright, I'm going to have a play around with this and see what I can manage. So the kit, the smoke machine kit came with a load of little plastic tubes of various lengths. So what I've done is I've cut one in the middle and put it over like this. And this is really good. I'm really happy with this effect. Here we go, you can see it kind of shooting out there, and then it kind of curls around. So what I will do is I'll just cover that up with some bark. I've got some from the garden here to make it look like a little log. And I think then it's time to pretty much finish up and, you know, put the basing materials and stuff on. I used the Master Grass blend from Notch here. I also stuck some bits of bark and twigs down just to make the board look a little bit less two-dimensional. The nice thing about this static grass blend is it comes with cork already mixed through it, so it gives a little bit more texture and a little bit more detail. It just makes the setting and the scene feel a little bit more realistic and alive. I used some water effects with a little bit of green and blue wash mixed in. I'll leave this for you guys to enjoy because I know some of you really like a resin pour. Pouring. Right, you can see here, this is the, about 24 hours after we did the resin pour. I left it overnight, but we did have a bit of seepage, so I had to top up a couple of the littler ones this morning. I think possibly, well, you can kind of see here where the cork, maybe there's like a little tunnel or something through the cork there and it's seeped up through. But I'm pretty chuffed with that. I was a bit impatient. You can see there's a little fingerprint there. I'm going to try and not touch it for a little bit longer. With a little bit of bubbles there where I topped up. But generally, I am pretty chuffed with that. So now I need to do something about this, maybe just a little bit more static grass. And maybe put some tufts on. So I will dig out the supplies and crack on. It was just a matter of going back over, tidying up where the resin had leaked a little bit, and then putting some tufts on. I made sure to concentrate the tufts around the pools of water, so it looked like reeds and other kind of natural plant growth. I can't really remember all the different brands of tuft that I used on this because they kind of just all live in a box, and I just sort of pull them out and stick on the ones that kind of feel right. I know there's definitely some Army Painter winter tufts I think on here because they're quite scrubby and dark, and I used some ones that had little white flowers on them. They just kind of fit the vibe really. Here's the display board in the box, in all its glory, with the smoke machine. I'm really pleased with how this turned out, even though it was quite a lot of work. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit the subscribe button down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.